Hey, Happy New Year, George. Sorry, my stuff was backgrounded there briefly. Happy New Year. Of course, it's not New Year. New Year's yet here. Haven't quite gotten there. It's a ship out there. Never noticed that before. Huh. All right. What was I working on? All right. Bah, 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 bah. Oh, Schneike. Damn it. Not getting my spells lined up right. Didn't even realize I hadn't beaten this guy yet. Oh, snap! I was still in range. I forgot that guy was still alive. Oops. Oh, this is Death Knight set. It comes from the DLC. And the main reason to use the Death Knight set is... Hold on. It's a specific set with a specific thing. So if you look at the skill, enhances skills and incantations that capitals the Ancient Dragon Cult. So this armor set increases the damage of basically lightning spells. It's you don't get it by killing the Death Knight. That's how you get the weapon. Yeah. Oh, this build is totally fun. Wait, hold on. You haven't actually seen the fullest of it. Wait till you see the next thing that I do. I'm doing it just for you. Because the build is made complete by this, the Bolt of Grand Sax. I agree. And I haven't even put on the buffs yet. The range is gross. And look at the damage that it does, you know? Oh yeah, it is a totally fun build. When people ask what my favorite build is, it's this one. It's the Bolt of Grand Sax. It's this one right here. He's got his shield up. I'm not interested in killing the rest of the stuff there. This is I've played through many times. I'm just making my way up into the mountains. So the build is all built around these dragon spells, and you really only need 2 or 3 spells. I've seen people work with a whole bunch of them. I don't think they're terribly useful, but you want to have one of each kind of type of spell, and then this is the weapon for range. So going to the spell side, so the 3 incantations, to use the proper term, right, are this, which again, this is from the DLC. This one, and then this is the large body boss spell. And if you'd been following the stream, you'd see me. I'm high level, and this is like the 9th playthrough, 10th playthrough. But this spell will drop some bosses down by 80% of their health if they're a big body boss, so they're getting hit by multiple lightning strikes. And then one of these 3. I usually use this one. I think it has the best sweep area. But I rarely use them. If you're using a weapon that you can enchant, you can use one of these. That'll embody yourself. I don't find this one of the builds has you using this all the time. I don't find it to be useful. I could be wrong. I just haven't found it to be. And it prevents you from doing other buffs. And normally I'll do, with this build, I'll do Howl and Golden Bow. But again, I'm like level 405, I think. Oh, so there is... All right, I'll show you something else. You can do the same build with a different weapon. There's a few choices. So the Flowerstone Gravel is one that you can use. This is +9, not +10. That one does this. I hate this guy. But its range is limited. Oh. But you can still get up and close with it. And then there are a few alternate weapons you can use. The Death Knight's Twin Axe has one of the coolest looking attacks in the game. Not that. I'm just trying to get his attention. Watch this. Now, this is a double skill. So the first time that you engage this... Hold on, before I forget. So the first time that you engage a skill, it does this. It's the same if it's two-handed. It does this. You have to then do an attack after the skill, and that's what gets you that spinning attack. Oh, hold on. That's where you get that attack. Here's the thing. It looks way cooler than it actually is. It does not do nearly enough damage. It should have been amplified way better. Unfortunately, it is a massive user of FP, and not great. So the other weapons you can pair it with is the Stormhawk Axe. This is the one that you get from Nephili and that quest line, or there's one laying on the ground elsewhere. And that's the one that gives you this. But it has no special second. Yeah, so there's the... Where is it? There's the Death Knight's Long Haft Axe. That's this one. Oh. Sorry. That's got this one. So... And that's the halberd or long great axe. And then there's also one people don't think a lot about is the halberd. The dragon halberd, which does this. So anyway, these are some of the lightning variants that you can use. Yeah. So that's the dragon halberd. It's not bad. I'm not a huge fan, but it's not bad. Let me see. Let me do the things here. If this has a this one, the one I'm using right now, I don't think it does. None that I've been able to trigger. At least nothing that's interesting, right? It does, the follow-up is just a swing. So this is the main attack, and the follow-up is like this, which is I think it's kind of weak. This is the usual attack, is this thrust. And this is just a heavy attack, which I think is just the follow-up, is a regular heavy attack. Yeah, I don't think that it's anything special. Let me see if the Death Knight halberd. I don't have that one leveled up, so I don't want to actually use it to fight something. But the Death Knight twin axes, I think, is pretty disappointing, all things considered. I think this is still by far the best one, the bolt. That's my opinion. I mean, again, it's personal preference. Its range is gross, honestly. And obviously I'm screwing around right now. Oh, melee's terrible. That I hate. It's the melee with the bolt is a pretty standard melee attack. It's this. There's your regular attack, and here's your heavy. It's nothing special. But, because it's a thrusting weapon, if you pair it with a shield... I have one. I don't know why I still have that. If you pair it with a shield, notice the shield stays up because it's a thrusting weapon. So it does give you the ability to do this. But the problem is that if you don't have no skill on your shield, you lose the ability to do the special attack. So... So what you do, and I don't have the strength for it right now in the build, but you grab this shield. If you want to do like the super tank build, you can use the fingerprint shield and then put the no skill on it, which is what I have. See, it's no skill. So the shield doesn't have any skill. That will let me hold up the shield, and then when I want, I can do the special Bolt de Grand Sex attack. That's not how I use it personally, but it's there as an option. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm playing on PC. That was this. So, hold on. I will give that a test. So, this is... Ah, it's a double... Okay, yep. The follow-up... Okay, you're right. So, here's the follow-up on this one. I just have to press the actual skill button twice. Gotcha. The other ones, it's not the skill button that you press twice. I'm at FB. This is what happens if I double press the skill. It just does that. If I do the twin axes, same thing, it just does that. Interesting. I'm using the Bolt de Grand Sex for that range. Oh yeah. Okay. Recommendation. I recommend when you get to this point in the game that you immediately go get the next... I'll explain this whole process. You immediately get to the actual next grace and pick it up first. I'm actually wanting to reset everything, so I'm going to do that. Alright, so first you pick up the grace. Order matters here. Then come back to gain access to the tower. But look for that entrance right there, and this can be a handy thing. This is what's going to line up with that entrance. You can drop a colored stone if you are so inclined. because you want to see where that lines up. Oh, it dropped it in the wrong spot. Anyway, stay here. It doesn't stay on the platform, I forgot. Yeah, it does a follow-up with a heavy attack. Agreed. That's what I did earlier. Alright, so now I'll do the stone. I also recommend, before you go wandering too far, and I forgot to set up for this, drop at least one of these glowstones. It doesn't light up the area, but it will create the reflections off of the mobs that you are supposed to be killing. That's not what I meant to do. I pressed the wrong button. What is your favorite incantation? Ooh. Favorite is such a subjective way to put that. I totally did this wrong. Favorite incantation. Couple of days, but I do, there's a bunch of stuff that I don't skip. I skip most of the content. Well, recently I've been doing one. I just keep cycling back through and doing another playthrough. I haven't died to these guys in a while, though. That's what's funny. I wasn't really... Hold on. Let's make a real mess of things. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, I shouldn't have done that way. That was dumb. Dang it. So, the reason, forget that death in the middle. The reason that I said, go get that point first, is not because you might die and you're going to have to run back. That was me being dumb. The reason is where it puts you next. So you're at the other end of that long-ass bridge. I just did that fight way back there. I don't want to have to run all the way back. So you grab this point, you do the tower, which is what I'm going to do now. Which rune is it? Morgit, I think? And then I'll have the teleporter that I want to go to next. I can just go straight there and skip the whole in between. Yeah. I've made the mistake a couple times of coming straight here, and then I have to run all the way back to the tower. And there's nothing there. There's no lootables or anything. I run all the way back to the tower, and then have to go down. So that's why it's much shorter to do this route than the other route. 3 stops is an easy traveling salesman problem. No, you can't. Are you asking where is the incantation from? It's from the DLC. The DLC added some very specific spells and incantations, in particular incantations, that really changed the dynamic of the game. This spell, Knight's Lightning Spear, is freaking awesome, and Heal from Afar are absolutely game-altering spells. All right, Emmanuel, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget the likes and follows and all the good stuff. Actually, I have to watch that I don't run off an edge. There's that spot in the middle where it breaks. Never gone down this way. Just curious if there was anything here. Doesn't look like it. Oh, can I jump? Oh, I don't think I want to try it, though. Why won't it let me jump up there? That's weird. What the heck? There we go. No! Oh! Alright. Good to know. Hoist Medallion. Happy New Year, Zani. Or is it Zany? map fragment. Not that I need it. Now, this is one of the special cases where I argue that you want to stop in here just to pick up the Site of Grace. That's my opinion. I don't like the distance between the Graces, and there's a couple of kind of lethal moments that you can run into. It's handy to have this one so close to the top anyway. He's getting his arrow out. Want to hear that arrow fly off. There it is. And we are done. Castle Soul is next, by the way. I want to go tap this before I mess with those guys. The thing that I enjoy most in this game are the goofy little things that you can do that are built into it. Like that. Oh, they're still both coming after me. That's no good. Oh, that's why. Ah. It's trying to get them to fight each other. That's what I get for screwing around. They're just a little too far apart for that. Alright. Let's go get the pile of dumb runes. Maybe if I can get them closer. Yep, there it is. Ha ha! They're better at dodging each other's attacks than I am. It's funny. Oh, yeah. I am having fun messing with these guys. I don't actually intend to kill them. Only because I don't want to take the time. Damn. God, how does that guy have so many hit points? Isn't that crazy? Okay, so see over his head the bubbly stuff that's going on up there? See that? It's harder to see on these guys. See the bubbles? So anything that's a construct, which are the little imps in the dungeons, the dungeon guardians, which are those cat things with a staff in the tail, and those guys are all considered to be constructs. When you hit constructs with crystal darts, it makes them enrage, and they'll attack each other. What'll happen is, when one of them gets hit with it, the other ones will attack that one just as often as that one will attack them. And you can get the crystal dart ability very early in the game. I think I have a level 9 character that got it. And I'll tell you what, a level 9 character that can do that, it makes some of those dungeons where those little imp dudes just kick your ass all over the place way easier. Because what you do is you hit one of them with a dart. You have the little guys, the little guardians, you have to hit them twice. Those guys, you have to hit them, I think, 6 times. And the cat guys, the dungeon guardians, you have to hit them, I think, five times. And they go into that mode. So, you know, take that for whatever makes sense. Hold on, gotta lock in here for a minute. Once you hear the bell. Oh, shit. Yeah, anyway, the Crystal Dart, the cookbook, is on the vendor just so you come into Lenari the Lakes. Pacific time. I am not 2026 yet. It is still New Year's Eve. Alright. Sorry for the noise. I will work on that. Give me a moment. Ah! There we go. Oh, there's this one that won't come off. There we go. Oh, shit. Now, I'm only doing that to get rid of the noise. By the way, I hate hearing that. The whole time you're in this place, if you don't drop those guys, you just have to sit there listening. Fun's a word to use for that fight, sure. Alright. Got him. Poor bastard stuck in the doorway. Aw, come on. Hey, Sykes, how you doing? Oh, Shibriri, it increases damage output. So, watch the buff bar when I use it. It does more than just damage increase. So see, it added these three. So one's a damage increase, one makes me do more threat, and one makes me take more damage. This Howl of Shibriri only doesn't last long at all, actually. Howl of Shibriri only lasts like 90 seconds or 60 seconds. Something like that. I'd have to go back and double check. It doesn't last long. I don't think so. Uh-oh. That's not good. These guys hit so damn hard. Alright. Sorry. I'm not playing to, like, go through. Oh, no worries, Elden. So, the best thing to do for buffs, actually, is there's a really good wiki that talks about buffs, and you need to make sure that you get buffs that stack. That's one of the things that you want to look out for, is not all buffs stack with each other. Going pretty good, Father of Odin. I'm proving once again my absolute capacity to get dead in really stupid places. Yeah, Flame Grant Me Strength is a great one too. I like Golden Vow the best because it not only gives you more damage, but it also prevents damage. There we go. I don't actually care about this guy, so we're just gonna run right past him. Hey, dude. There's not any specific reason to kill that guy, other than the fact that he's there. I got more important crap to do anyway. Oh, did he drop a helmet? Oh, did he drop a helmet? He did! I got a black dumpling! Ha ha! So that is a super, super, super rare drop, by the way. That black dumpling drop. Oh, hold on, I want to look at that. Raises attack power when the wearer suffers from madness. I was thinking about doing a madness build, and now I've got a reason to do a madness build. So, this is a super, super, super rare drop. Just FYI. I promise you, I played the DLC before. The armor comes from the DLC, as does the spell that I just used. It's a head item. So, it looks god-awful. It looks like that. If you do a madness build, I did a madness playthrough. I was never able to get one to drop. I was thinking about doing another madness playthrough. Here, I'm going to drop this. Alright, so for this fight, do a dung eater. I know I can use the branch. I'm not going to use flow. Yeah, you can farm it. I have most of the uber rare items. I've got now the dumpling, I've got the sword, the magma blade, and I've got the S-stock, which isn't otherwise a great. I'm still a firm believer in Dung Eater. I don't think I have flow leveled up, honestly. Let me see. Oh, he's +9. I'd have to get him to +10. I'd have to. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll try flow, but I want to crank him up to +10. Yeah, are you on your 7th playthrough? They don't get tougher.
Good to see you again. I have you to thank, don't I? I can happily... I'm as yet. But, and if there's... Well, I certain... Roderick...
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go get more of those. Alright, flows +10. Actually, I'm on NG+9. Where was I doing? I was going back all the way back to Castle Sol. Meow. Yeah, no worries. Was, what, a week ago I was +7, so... Oh, we're using flow? Ah! I'm telling you, man, Taylu's a boss. He just doesn't do much damage, but you know that. Ah! Alright, that was funny. What keeps pushing me off? Is that torch? I don't know how Millennia is going to do. It is a ground spawn. So you pick up the weapon. Hold on. You pick up the weapon in the city. So from the Erdtree Sanctuary, you follow this path down here, go down this lift, go along here, you get to this part, go down some stairs, and it's sticking... So there is a massive, massive copy of that, of what I'm holding, stuck into the ground, and you have to jump onto it. You have to jump over the edge and then onto a giant version of the same thing, crawl up it, and it's going to be like right about here, but it's up near the top. I'll go there and show you if you stick around for a minute. Mimic is a great summon, but I'm not convinced. Mimic becomes one of the only summons you can use in, like, next game 5 and beyond. Unless you're set yourself up to heal the summons, but that's different. Alright. What do I want to do? Alright. Oh, I summoned Dung Eater. Crap. Oh, he did clear the distance. The bastard. Holy crap, Dung Eater's toast. Oh, that's not good. Oh! Ouch! Oi! Hold on. Crap. Aha! Yeah, Dung Eater got destroyed. It's because the damage output of his ads is super high. The problem is that I can stick the branch in him, they die instantly. I mean, hell, I was knocking him down to like 30% health. I stopped using the branch a bunch of replays ago. All right, let's get this changed now. We want to try flow. There you go. Flow's coming out of the mothballs. Oh, I'm using flow because of Father Odin. Father Odin says flow. I'm going to try flow. I would use Telu on this one, or I'd use the twins or the sisters. I wouldn't use. I'd use Dung Eater is one that I would have thought of, but I didn't think it'd be that bad. But I'd use Telu for the damage reduction. or the sisters, so I have two of them. All right, so Flo is there. Gonna do this now. Let's get Flo. Ah, that's gonna hurt. I'm not feeling Flo, buddy. Jellyfish. I ain't feeling Flo. He did better than Dung Eater, but only from a survivability standpoint, but his damage was not there. I'm not feeling it. I ain't feeling it. It also doesn't help that lightning's probably not the ideal damage for this guy. Alright, let me try Telu. Shoot. Yeah, he's in it's called Telu's something or other. No! Look at Telu getting back to full health. Holy cow. I haven't tried Night Rain. So Telu's not healing himself. Telu is I'm healing Telu. So this spell, Heal from Afar, will heal him. It'll heal anything that you can heal, but you can cast it wherever you want, and then whatever it hits sets off the spell. Here's the interesting thing: you can be at a distance, cast the spell. Here, watch. I'll do this real quick. You can cast the spell. Oh well. Anyway, so you cast the spell, and then you can actually run into the effect. Oh, I missed it. Do it one more time. So you can cast the spell at range, and then run into the effect. There, picked it up. If you're diligent about how you do it, you can actually like heal across and then run in. So Telu, I still think that the best for any general fight, there are always exceptions, but for any general fight, I would take Telu or Dung Eater or Mimic at high level, at the higher level playthroughs. I would take one of them if I've set up myself for a Mimic before I would take most of the other bosses. That's my opinion. So the reason that Telu's healing is so big is because Telu doesn't have a lot of hit points. He has massive damage mitigation. So the reason that his health bar is not dropping really fast is not because has a ton of hit points. It's because he doesn't have, it's because he has massive mitigation, which works for almost every effect in the game. And because he doesn't have a lot of hit points, when you heal him, you still heal for the 1,000 or whatever it is that the heal spell works for. Anyway, just an opinion. Not necessarily a good one. Yes, it takes so I'm going to say this very carefully. To heal him to full health takes a lot less FP because he has less hit points. But from a damage taken point of view, he's just as effective against most bosses as any other high level that has way more hit points. But let's say Dung Eater has 5,000 hit points and Telu has, let's say, 1,000 hit points. When Dung Eater gets hit for 500, he gets hit for 500, right? So 10 hits later, he's dead. Dung Eater gets hit for 500. He's actually only getting hit for like 50. Actually, it's more like 25. So it may take just as many hits to actually kill Telu, but because he's got, again, I'm making up numbers, but because he's got 1,000 hit points, my heal lands for like 500. So he goes massively up, whereas Dung Eater, who has 5,000 hit points, the heal just goes ee, ee, ee. I've spent my entire FP bar just getting Dung Eater to half health. And the same thing's true for my Mimic. My Mimic has way more hit points than Telu does, but I don't have the damage mitigation. What you can do to set yourself up when you're high level, because you can't really do this at low level, but when you're relatively high level, one thing you can start doing with the Mimic is you can set yourself up with a set of spells you want the Mimic to use. I never had luck with bow builds. I tried, and I just could not make a bow build work for me. I don't really have a strong opinion. The problem is that they don't even add the really good talismans for bow builds until DLC. What was I saying? Oh, you set yourself up for Mimic. So what I would do is, this build is not good for having a Mimic. No, I'd give it a try. Honestly, I'd try it. I know people have made it work. It just, my playstyle doesn't seem to match it very well. I'd totally give it a try. I mean, if you can always change it if you don't like it. I wouldn't do it at start of game. I don't think that's very effective. You'll end up like kiting stuff around. Oh, I've had this on here the whole time. That's really funny. That's really the one that I wanted. So let's say that you're setting yourself up for a mimic build, because I think that's the right way to do it. Give yourself a melee weapon and a shield that you want the mimic to use. Put them in your inventory, and just make sure you've got the equipment load and everything for it. Have those equipped when you summon your mimic, and he'll have those, and that's what he'll use when you summon them, and then switch back to your caster gear. That lets the mimic do the tanky stuff while you do this. But again, you have to have enough points to make your build both tanky and caster. It's a minor point. I hate that. It is, but it's really persnickety. Now, for those that don't know, there's a reason there's all this blood here. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to have to go through all the various paths. But you can always do this with colored stones, and I recommend that you do it that way. There's actually an invisible thing there. So something to think about. You can actually get into that window, I think it is. And you can also do the same thing on this side. Although the paths all connect, you can go into one of these windows over here, and there's another one down over there. You can get to all of them through those invisible pathways. I'm not going to go down and do it. That guy's a little pain in my ass. I'm skipping this whole little dungeon because I don't need it. Okay. There is one thing that you can consider doing. Learn where the stuff is on this map. There's going to be one... I think it's here. There's another one here. That one's not a big deal. It's easy to find. And there's one, I think, here. There are more, but those are the ones that I'm going to shoot for. I haven't tried it. It looks like, I mean, a lot of people seem to really enjoy it, so I may end up picking it up, because, again, people seem to dig it. I don't have a strong opinion. I would recommend that you head generally in this direction toward 3 to get to the one that's down by, to get to that one. There's actually a creature that spawns down there that, if he clips you, can do a lot of trouble. Now, there is a cliff somewhere along here, so don't run off of it. I've died doing that by accident. When you get to it, you just kind of hook around. You just got to watch out for it. That may be it. There it is. Okay. I don't actually know a whole lot about it. I see people playing it, and it looks like a random jumble. I totally agree. Rot in particular, you've got to get that damage going on. That's one of the reasons why the Anspur Rapier becomes a super powerful weapon in later playthroughs. Okay, fun fact for those that don't know. It's actually super useful. Speaking of a bow build, you're actually about to see one. Okay, let's see. Sort chest. I need a few things. One, I want to make sure that I have... Sentry torch. Alright, second. I want... You'll see why in a minute. Just want to make sure that I have... Yep. And I want to have... Alright. Lastly, offhand, Sentry Torch, if it doesn't mess up my weight, which it shouldn't. Alright, so check this out. Look at the ground. There. Do you see the puffs? Do you see the little puffs of snow? There. They're right there, right there, right there, right there. See that? Watch this. There's a guy there. Yeah, Elden, one sec. This guy, without the torch, he disappears. With the torch, there he is. But you can see where they are from the footfall. See the little puffs? It's the only way you can see them. And they are a nightmare if you don't have the sentry torch, and you end up having to fight one of them. So keep that in mind. Alright. There are very few weapons with rot in the game. And this Anspur Rapier is one of them. I happen to have mine set to poison. Because, weirdly, Anspur's Rapier, you can put an Ash of War on it. It's a 25, not a 10. Oh, he will when I go to the Evergoal. So, I haven't... the Everjail. I haven't gone into the Everjail yet. That's when... that's all these things... Well, these ones don't. But when you go into the Everjail... Oh, I have to touch this first. Now I can go into the Everjail, and then there'll be aggro. There will also... Well, you'll see. Also, down there where that little light color is, right there, there's a suit of armor that's the armor worn by those silent guys, and it makes you silent. It's actually a decent suit of armor. If you want light... If you're doing like a light melee build, it's actually a good suit of armor. Alright, into the Everjail. This path is practiced, by the way. So, I do this entire thing on the rooftops except the very last thing. So first, just make sure you're hidden so that this process doesn't like mess things up. I'm going to switch to all of my archery stuff. So this is the one I don't need. All right. So this is the archery stuff. The reason there are 2 archers that are a nightmare to deal with. One of them is right there. Do you know you can zoom with your bow? Mouse wheel. Anyway, one of them is this one. Here's the thing. If they start shooting, you're in trouble. So when you get your first shot, what you really need to do is knock them back and just immediately start loading up a shot again with a heavy bow so that you can knock them. See how fast they shot? That's the reason why they're a pain in the ass. They shoot fast. And so if you're not basically set up to knock them off immediately, you're in big trouble. And those arrows hurt. And that means she fell all the way down. All right, so I'm done with those 2. I'm done with it. Hold on. Ah, rats. I missed part. Hold on. I missed a critical part of what I needed to do. Whole reason for going there in the first place. Yeah, so please remember that the difference between the low end and the high end for weapons and stuff in this game is not that big. It really isn't. That's why people have beaten the game at level 1 with naked and with a club. So you have to light 4 of these candles. There's one there, there's one down there, and there's one in that tower over there. That's the one that we're going to hit next. So normally I knock these 2 down, like I just did, the 2 that were up in the air, and then we'll come across here. Now, there's another one right there. Now it's down on the ground. Those are easy to deal with on the ground. It's when they're arching at you. That's what it sounds like when they shoot, and it's a pain. I never make that jump. I suggest see, she's down there. Stay on the rooftops. There's actually a bad guy down below. And if you trigger him, he'll actually come up here. Because there's stairs to get here. See, there he is. I think so. And by the way, if you can kill the assassins, it's not a bad idea. They actually give you smithing stone 9s, I think. Alright, so this is where having the torch can be handy. Because there's one down here. Ah, not getting him in range. All right, I'll show you a second way to handle that. Be careful on this jump. You don't want to fall down if you can avoid it. And be careful coming over this rise. That archer can be hidden back here and in position to shoot you. If you're really worried about it, you can get close enough to the edge to hit him with spells. Oh, there she is. But we're not worried about that. Get this third one. Are there just 3? There may be 4. Not sure. Okay, this is the third. You want to save the other one for last because once you light it and it acknowledges, it'll kick you out of the Ever Goal. Or Ever Jowl. Up. Remember what I was saying about they can still be here? There you go. Now let's see if I can be tricky here. Oh no. Know your environment, know your opponent. Now the question is, can I make it across to that roof? I don't think that I can. I may have trapped myself here. I may get myself killed here. No reason to fart around with it. Oh, I made it. All right. There he is. Oh, that's not the spell I meant to use. And I can only see him because I have the torch. So the torch does work when it's on your back, by the way. I don't know if you guys are watching, but that's a trick that you can use to hit stuff that's beneath you. See, yeah, Ghost Glove Wart 9. That's what it is, not a smithing stone. So that thing that I did where I was kind of, I would spin around, target him, and then I would, like, spin the camera, target, and then immediately cast. Just taking advantage of the way the targeting works in the game. You can get stuff that's underneath you that way, but you also have to pick a spell. Rock Sling is also really good for that. Because the rocks kind of move out in front of you. Hold on, let me get on the camera. They move out kind of in front of you, and then they can do that. And that was it. And let's... Oh, actually, hold on. I forgot. I want to keep these on. I made a mistake. This next location is really good to use a bow. Ironically, this is actually really dangerous to use here. because you'll throw it and then fly off a branch. It's pretty funny. All right. My whole goal is to knock things off these. I don't want to fight them. Which is also why I will come all the way over here before I shoot this guy. That's what you gotta watch out for. Now, this guy should be safe to hit with this. Those guys down below, not so much. Alright. Oh, that guy might. Hold on. Oh! Little bum. Oh, there he fell off. Alright, these guys down here, not so easy. So instead, we will invite them to the Light of Mikola. If it reaches, I forget. Let those come popping up. Alright, let's see. Yep. Ants. These ants are such a pain. Oh, look! Ha! They fell off! Thanks, ants. The ants don't do a very good job of getting knocked off. That's the case. So when they run off, it's just kind of handy. Oh, Hit the wrong one. That's funny. I mean, not that I mind. Another thing fell off. That's weird. Oh, yeah, that's not going to work. Will this reach? Oh, rats. I am targeted. Alright, I'm going to have to play with those ants from another location. By the way, those ants prove to be problematic. Especially if they get bunched up. I don't think those guys... Hold on. I'll take it. That's a good use of FP. Oh, I hate doing this whole run with this many runes in my inventory, you know? Rats. All right. All right. Here goes. Let's see if I can get it right the first time. Plant. All right. So you can just do the run, which is what I'm going to do this next time through. The catch is it's dangerous to just straight run it. So yeah. Yeah, I'm going to skip at least some of these. That spell's really problematic for trying to get it places. It's hitting at the very base of the tree instead of up here where it should where it should be. Which is frustrating. See, now it's hitting in the tree. It's not what I told it to do. Remember what I said, falling off a branch? Well, now I don't need to worry about trying to get my rune pile, so I am just going to run it. Awesome! Nothing 20 minutes on the ledge won't solve. Alright. Do this. Alright, watch this run. See if I can't just completely screw it up. Oh, here. Come on. Catch it. Yep. That jump is actually very carefully placed and timed, for what it's worth. Uh-oh, I missed. Oh, I made it. Never mind. I feel like that was a lie. That's how it's done in a run. Yeah. Oh, there is something else, by the way. If you're really groovy, you can actually kill this guy from up here. How did I do that? It's dumb luck if you hit him with any of the follow-ups, but... weirdly, the rest of this can be run too. Again, similarly, although now I don't want the archery stuff. I want to go back to my lightning. Growth and physical. Alright, let's see. Did I get that right? I did. Oh, that was funny. That was kind of weird. Oh, Schneike. And there's this little guy back here. He just needs a little push. You can actually skip all of that for here. What I want to get now are ants. That's not how I want to get ants. Hold on, that just messed up that guy right there. Oh, come on. There we go. Watch out for those huggy guys. He's not trying to give you a hug. Huggy guys! I said it, and then he did it. Little huggy bastards. All right. Uh-oh. Alright, we are about to go risk the ants. All on their own. Actually, we're not. We're gonna do it. One thing I hate about this spell. Thread the needle. There you go. What? Oh, Tish is great. Man. I am messing this up badly. All right. Time to focus. I'm done dying. Schnikey. Can you attack, please? Good lord. The whole time I'm trying to attack. You just kept eating my head. Can I reach that? Oh. That'll make that a lot easier, by the way. Alright, good to know. Pro tip. Off the edge for you. Light of Mikola. Everyone else flies off the edge. Love it. Nope. Nope, that's down on the ground. Bummer. What hit me? What hit me? What hit me? What hit me? There's still an ant down there. Oh. Hold on. Nope, that's not the way. I always skip this and I shouldn't. Hey, Wiz. I'm doing okay. How are you? This one's pretty easy to deal with. Boom. Now, this one just takes a little more finesse. Alright, there's one more up ahead. And let's just run and grab it. Go, 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 go. And there you go. What's this? A rune. Glad to hear that. Oh, thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. I hope you had a great year and that you will have another one. That is what I hope. Given the moment that some people may be watching, I know that there's a lot of people run past all this stuff, and for those that are relatively new to the game, don't. What's the rush? Besides which, I had 0 runes because I died with, what, 1.5 million runes, and I'm already up to 178,000. Uh-oh. I just got a weird message. Alright, I just got a weird message